Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Jay, and this is another episode of Mission AFC Wimbledon. And just beginning the episode, I'll show you a guy that I did notice. His name is Stephen Hefferington, and he plays for Celtic Nation, which I'm guessing is a subdivision of the actual Celtic that play in the SPL. And at the age of 20, this guy looked absolutely amazing. Definitely a player we would try and pick up in the future. You know, obviously we don't have the financial funds to be able to do something like that, and so he wasn't able to put the deal through. We did make an inquiry, and they did want exactly how much he was worth. So we're just gonna have to leave that for now. But our first game is up against Cheltenham, and we are playing away. And he was on decent form. You know, he was hoping to get something out of this game, just to get that progress up the table nicely and slowly, however long it took. It really didn't matter. As long as we were still challenging, you know, halfway through the season, it would have just been great. But some nice play there, and they were able to get the first goal, and it wasn't something to really worry about. You know, we have been conceding a lot of goals there, but then we have been scoring a lot of goals at the same time. But that was a lovely shot there that did hit the crossbar, and it was lucky not to be 2-0 down. But we do go into half-time, and the score is still 1-0 to Cheltenham. After a bit of inspirational team talk, the players did seem like they really was raring to go for this game. And we was playing a 4-1-4-1 formation with, as you can see, Kalala was playing as the holding midfielder. And obviously I just wanted a bit more attacking influence, so we do go with the 4-4-2, and I did want to bring on Porter as well, because he has been able to make impacts in the game. Maybe not when he's starting, but when he does come on, he has been able to make a difference. But as you can see, the first half followed in fashion of the second half, and it did end 1-0 to Cheltenham. So to start the episode of the defeat is not always the nicest things, but you know, it did leave us raring to go and wanted to do better in the upcoming games. So we did give the team talk, and as you can see, we are still in 14th place, and the gap between us and the playoffs is getting bigger, but that is only after 9 games, and obviously a lot is going to change during the course of the season. So our next game is up against Northampton, who now do not have Akinfenwa, so there isn't that big, massive monster of a guy to worry about. He has moved on to Gillingham, if you don't know, and they were relegated from Empire League 2, so we won't actually have to face him in this series. Whether we do meet him again, we never know. But we are playing with a 4-4-1-1 this time, with Midson just playing as the centre forward behind Michael Smith. And Midson hasn't really had his shooting boots on, and he hasn't been doing as well as Smith is doing up top. And I just thought playing him as a more sitting back player, then we won't really need to have to worry about his goals. You know, he can make an influence, and as we're talking about him, he does pop up and he slots in a very nice goal into the bottom corner only after 2 minutes of play, and he is able to give us the lead early on, which could be pivotal to the rest of this game. So our defending from set pieces has been absolutely horrible, and the amount of goals we've conceded due to set pieces, maybe not directly, as this one didn't come directly from a set piece, but the positioning of the team is something we do really need to work on. I think I have set it into training, but I think I did say in a previous episode, whether it kicks in straight away or over a long term could be decisive to how many goals we're going to carry on conceding from set pieces. And but the pressure was still on. The goalkeeper makes a mistake, and up pops the man of the moment. That is Michael Smith, who gets his 8th goal of the season already. And he's looking like the player that could be decisive to whether we do reach the playoffs, or we do get promoted, or we do stay up, because he is just a player that seems to perform every game, whether we do win, lose or draw. He seems to be one of the outstanding players that you always seem to notice, and it's a shame we have him on loan. You know, hopefully we can extend his loan and maybe bring him in on a permanent deal. But whether that happens, you'll just have to find out soon. So we do reach the 75th minute mark, and from another set piece we do concede another goal, and they are able to level the tie with only 15 minutes left of play and added time. And it was looking like at this moment in time that we was going to end up leaving this game with a point. As you can see, the ball was just played into the front post. He was completely unmarked, and he was able to just volley it home. So the game does end 2-2, and it was a shame that we did concede 2 goals there from set pieces, which was allowed us to not leave this game with the 3 points. And so it's keeping. So going into our next game, and this game up is against Accrington, who, as you can see, they're in really, really good form at the moment. 4 wins out in their last 5 games, and I thought it may not have worked last time, but this time it could work, and I do decide to switch up the formation to a 3-5-2 with just to match the amount of midfielders that they had with the squad that we have, and he was on the counter straight away, and it was looking like this game was going to be almost follow fashion in the same way as the last game. We get an early goal, and we did, and it was the man that is Michael Smith that did pop up with the goal, and it was just a really nice counter-attacking move, which I did set the team to play counter-attacking, and it seemed to have worked then. Could it carry on? We don't know. So he do get another throw, and this time Midson does put the ball in the box, but it is straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, and nothing does come from this attack. And they did play it short, which I thought, what was the point in that? And then they did hoof it up the field, and the header was headed straight back to the player. The ball was played nicely, a nice through ball that just sliced open defence, and Gary Alexander was able to score, who was, I'm not sure if it was a loan or he was a player, but he was at AFC Wimbledon last season. So it was a bit of salt in the wound for him to be the player that did get the equaliser against us. So yeah, again, we do concede another goal. This wasn't directly from a set piece, but it was part of a set piece move. They started with the free kick, they played it short, was able to get it to the right hand side of the field, put the ball into the box, and it was able to finish home nicely to leave us 2-1 down. So he did carry on to pile the pressure, and Franklin was looking really deadly with his crosses. He did put in another one. It didn't fall directly to Pell, but to Kelly. But Kelly was able to win us a corner, and we haven't been as deadly from set pieces and scoring as many goals as we've been conceded from set pieces. But as I said, this one didn't look like it was going to result in anything. And Franklin, I don't know what he was trying to. Sorry about that. I don't know what he was trying to do there. But it does see us go into half time 2-1 down, and I did the second goal they did concede. It seemed like they was able to just run down the right flank without any problems whatsoever. So I did think I should go back to with 4 defenders, and we do sub on Jim Fenlon for Sammy Moore, as obviously he can't play left back. But so we did reach the 70th minute mark, and there was no change in the scoreline until Smith again pops up with another finish, this one from outside the box into the bottom right corner to get his 10th goal of the season already, and the tie was levelled up then, and it was looking like a possibility that we could leave this game with a point. You know, we only needed one more goal. We was back in the tie, and with 20 minutes left to play, it was looking like it was possible we could go on and win this game. The Frankham there was able to skin the midfielder there and get into the box. The ball was a bit of, I don't know how it ended up to Smith's feet, but you know, if Smith is in that position, there's only one thing that's going to happen, and he's going to finish, and he does secure his first hat-trick of the season. Whether he gets any more, we'll find out soon. And there, a corner, we actually was able to score from a set piece. Andy Frampton was able to get his head above the defender, and he was able to secure the win reverse. The score was 4-2 with only 7 minutes to play, and we was actually going to be leaving this game with a result and with the 3 points. So I did tell Michael Smith that you made a change, you made a and as you can see, he didn't seem to want to take that team talk. But it does leave us up to 13th place after 11 games. And as you saw, that Smith was on 11 goals. But this was the worst news we could probably see. Alan Bennett was out for up to a month or two. And it wasn't the best of news. But you know what? We're going to take this as, try and take it as motivation and go into the next game. So Weston would come in for Bennett. And we would just hope that it wouldn't be a massive loss, even though it is a big loss. You know, Bennett being the better of our centre backs. So to lose him, it was a big loss. We go into this game. We are playing away to Morecambe, who are, I'm not too sure where they are on the table, but they are they're not doing bad and they're not doing great. But another set piece and another goal, and we was 1-0 down just before half time, and this game wasn't looking like it was going to be our game. You know, we were just not doing anything. There was we just wasn't attacking. We weren't doing anything when we got in the final third, and they were just looking like the team that was going to end up out of this game with the 3 points. And we go into half time, we still was 1-0 down, and despite the really good team talk, it was just a really poor performance by the boys. You know, every time they got forward, they just didn't look like we were going to do anything, and any time Morecambe got forward, it looked like we were going to go down and have a goal. So really sloppy defending there, and we was lucky to not concede. A brilliant save there by Warner, and then just by that you can see Smith just hoofing up the ball up the field when we really do need to score was just a sign that they just really wasn't up for it this game. We're in the dying moments now, and there's just a shot that just prevented us from definitely losing this game. We were in added time, and it just wasn't looking like it was going to happen, and it wasn't looking like it was going to be our day. And it wasn't too long before the ref put the whistle to his lips, and he blew on that shit. And the score did finally end 1-0, and it's a shame to have ended it on a defeat. You know, we was on a decent run of form, and it was a shame we couldn't carry it on. But at the end of this game, this is going to be the end of this episode, and thanks for watching. So this has been your boy Jay. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and there'll be more FM coming to you soon.